Welcome to episode 32 of the Nerds with Words podcast. This week we're talking our part 2 of DC's The Button.
Yeah,
the last two issues.
Yeah, and I think we're going to probably throw a little bit of Marvel's Secret Empire in there, because they just kicked that off. And I got you to read all that. Should be a good episode.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of news. If you notice, we added to the set. We added the 4 issues of The Button, which have their special, which you probably can't notice on camera. They have a special, like, holographic cover. I guess they're called, like, lenticulars. It's got a weird word for it. But they all, like, flash differently. So flash differently. So this one goes between, like, Batman and the Flash holding the button. And this one goes between Reverse Flash being, like, full and then just being a burnt-up skeleton. This one goes between Reverse Flash and Thomas Wayne's Batman from Flashpoint. And this one's, like, an old-fashioned, like, early, like, Golden Age comic, and then with, like, Jay Garrick on it, the original Flash, and then he, like, speeds in, and, like, burns a hole in the page, and then it's, like, a modern drawing of him. It's pretty tight.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty tight. They're all pretty sweet. I was pretty happy. I almost didn't get this last one, but my buddies at the comic book shop, they helped me out. It's good. Swung me something. Somehow.
Yeah, so the last 2 issues, we did an episode on the first 2 issues a few weeks ago. You can check that out on YouTube or iTunes or SoundCloud.
That was our first video episode.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Episode 29. So you can check that out, and then we're going to finish off the series here by doing the last 2 issues.
Yeah, it was for a very short series, you thought it would move a lot quicker, like story pace wise, but it's very much the middle of a story.
Yeah.
So, if you think of it like DC Universe Rebirth was part 1 of a story.
Yeah.
It was the beginning. These 4 issues are part 2 of, so they're the middle. And then what they just announced, which was Doomsday Clock, is going to be the finale. So a whole story, basically, that encumbers an entire year and a half worth of comics.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. And the last 2 issues, or the last issue specifically, I would say pretty much sums up all the theories we had in the first part of this.
Yeah, you just read it today, right?
Yeah,
probably like an hour ago.
Yeah. It's really good. Let's talk about Batman number 22 first. That's the 3rd part in the series.
Gosh.
It's a really good issue.
Oh my god. This one, if you read the comic column, you'll notice I've fallen over this issue quite a bit because it is heart-wrenching.
It is. It's so sad.
It tears your heart out. It holds it in your hand, makes you look at it, and then just rips it in half.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's pretty upsetting.
Oh gosh. Who did the artwork on this one? Does it say on the front cover? It doesn't. I want to say it was Jason Fabok again, but I don't think that's right.
Not sure.
Yeah, anyways, the artwork's incredible. It sets a very dark and moody tone to essentially is a comic, an issue that is dark and moody, but also shows a very deep emotional side to it.
The story's phenomenal.
Why don't you give a little touch on the story there?
So, what happened in the end of the 2nd issue, Flash number 21, when we left off in our last episode, Flash and Batman got stuck in the Flashpoint timeline, which
we didn't think existed anymore.
We thought it got wiped out.
Because Flashpoint happened in 2009, 2010?
Yeah. So we thought that got wiped out at the end of the Flashpoint paradox. Apparently it didn't, because it was there somehow.
Yeah, I'm looking up when the Flashpoint paradox was.
They ended up there after chasing Reverse Flash through
it's basically the time stream on the cosmic treadmill.
Yeah, and the issue ends with Batman's face-to-face with his father, Thomas Wayne, who is the Batman in the Flashpoint universe. So
Flashpoint issue number 1 came out 2011.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been 6 years.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
It's been a while.
And then issue number 22 of Batman kicks off with them in Thomas Wayne's Batcave, which is like a really dumbed down
and really essentially he has a bunch of people on his way to kill him.
Yeah. Aquaman
And Wonder Woman have sent the warriors of Atlantis and Themyscira because I guess they finally united.
to kill Batman.
Classic.
Yeah. So they fight off these people in the Batcave, Batman, or Thomas, Bruce, and the Flash together, which is...
Well, the Flash isn't doing too much. The
No.
Flash is rebuilding the Cosmic Treadmill.
Yeah.
And there's a sweet double-page spread of both Bruce and Thomas with their cowls pulled on, fighting side by side.
Yeah, it's so dope.
It is mint.
It's crazy to see Bruce fight
Oh,
with his father.
it was
both in
even
Batman
more
costumes.
satisfying since in Batman number 21, Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, tore up the letter Bruce got from his father in Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Which, realizing now, in the New 52 universe, Bruce would have had no idea how he got that letter. Because I don't think they remembered Flashpoint.
Well, the Flash did.
Maybe they all did. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, because never mind. I guess Wally West disappeared after Flashpoint.
Because Flash...
Did they not remember
I see-
anything previous to Flashpoint?
Maybe. Because as soon as they got into the Flashpoint cave, Flash was like, oh no.
Oh, right.
Here
Yeah,
again.
but I guess maybe their memories have been slowly restoring.
Maybe.
It's very complicated where their memories are and are not.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, I like it.
It's okay. But yeah, this issue is really good. It just is really like a heartfelt issue between Bruce and his father.
Well, you're forgetting the most heartfelt things, though. So after they defeat kind of the first wave, right? They defeat the first wave?
Mhm.
Yeah, they kind of defeat the first wave of people, and basically what's happening is whoever was holding together Flashpoint's universe, so basically Dr. Manhattan was holding the universe together and keeping it in existence long enough for Batman and the Flash to follow Eobard Thawne's trail there and come to that spot and meet Thomas Wayne, and then he just basically it's like holding a glass in your hand and then just letting it go.
Yeah.
And as they finished fighting the first wave, basically the glass started falling and it was about to shatter and break. The world was about to break.
Yeah.
And Batman he wouldn't even look Thomas Wayne in the eye the whole time they were fighting, couldn't speak to him. And finally, like, he turns to him and he just says, like, you know, you're a grandfather, I have a son. It's like, oh no, here it goes. And, you know, they're all like, you know, Flash and Batman are like, all right, Con, get on the treadmill with us. You're coming with us. And he's like, no, I'm staying here. Like, this is where I belong. And then he turns to Bruce and is like, don't be Batman. Don't be Batman for me. Don't be Batman for your mother. Just go, leave the cape and cowl behind and find happiness. And then, like, pushes Bruce onto the treadmill with the Flash. And then, like, turns and runs into this, like, blinding white light while his cape, like, unfurls behind him.
Yeah, that's a cool scene.
I got a little misty-eyed reading that. I got a little emotional.
It's pretty emotional.
It's yeah. Oh,
It's pretty sad.
I'm upset right now just thinking about it.
And then that's the end of the issue.
That's and then they're traveling through the time stream still, and they see Eobard Thawne still alive, even though in Batman number 21 he died again after only being brought back like a few issues earlier in the Flash.
Yeah. So they're seeing
and they've caught up to where he was running through the time stream
before he died.
to meet God, as he said.
Yeah.
Oh,
that brings us.
That issue. That was
Yeah, it's intense.
Tom King is just
Phenomenal.
a master comic book writer.
I love him.
Oh, I'm so excited for his Mr. Miracle run.
Yes, me too.
Oh,
I think that's super cool.
We'll talk about that when we get to the news because I
Yeah.
don't think we covered that in last week's episode.
No.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, and that brings us to Flash number 22.
Yes, 22.
Yeah. And this picks up right where the other one left off. They're running through the time stream following Reverse Flash, and then
Basically, you know, they're like, Reverse Flash, don't continue. You're gonna die. We've seen you die.
and he's like,
He flips
fuck
him.
you.
Yeah, flips him the bird and keeps running.
Yeah. And then he comes to
Well, 'cause Reverse Flash's whole thing is he wants to control time.
yeah.
The worst thing is he's like, hey Barry, when I control time this time, I'm going back in time, and the night I kill your mother, I'm also going to be there as a social worker, and I'm going to take you in, and I'm going to raise you as my own. And I'm like, man, that is dark.
Yeah. It's pretty dark.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Oof.
Anyways, we like in this issue, it's Reverse Flash, and they're racing through the time stream for like the first little bit of it, and then he comes to where he needs to be to meet God.
Yeah. God.
And then it's just like a monologue with Reverse Flash, and then
where he's basically like, you have all this power, you don't use it, I'm going to take it from you, I'm going to use it, and I'm going to change time.
Yeah. And then God appears, and he's just like...
in blue fire.
And he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, and then just...
And then Bruce and Barry, the whole time you hear this voice in the background that's just going, Barry, come with me.
Oh, yeah.
Barry. And Barry's like, oh, no, it's just the time stream playing tricks on you. And Bruce is like, no, man, like, listen to that voice, like... Because the cosmic treadmill starts to break apart, and he's like, follow that voice. And finally they follow it, and they end up back in Bruce's Batcave in present time.
Yeah.
And then, very reminiscent of DC Universe Rebirth, lightning comes down, and out of it comes Jay Garrick in all his original Golden Age glory.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty tight. And he's like, oh, you remembered Wally, you need to remember me, Flash. You need to remember me. I'm Jay. Like, just say my name. Say my name. Remember me. And Barry reaches out and grabs his hand, but doesn't really remember him.
No.
And so Jay gets sucked back into the time stream.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
It is.
But there's a line that says like, I wasn't his lightning rod.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Because the whole thing is that like Barry or Wally's original lightning rod was his wife, Linda. But Linda in New 52 doesn't remember Wally, and so Barry became his lightning rod.
Yeah.
But Jay's lightning rod has got to be the old man they keep showing, who screams about the Thunderer and the lightning.
Yeah.
Because he's Mr. Thunder, or Johnny Thunder, or something like that. And he's original
Jay.
Justice Society of America, which is Jay. And so there's definitely going to be a connection there, because he appeared in DC Universe Rebirth and in Batman 21.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So Jay needs to find his lightning rod, and it definitely looks like they're making way for the original Justice Society to come back.
It's pretty cool.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's like an epilogue.
Yeah, where it's basically a blue hand comes down and grabs the button, and it starts.
Monologue.
It starts. Yeah, it's basically a monologue from Watchmen where. Dr. Manhattan is saying, like, if only you could perceive time like I perceive time, then you might understand Laurie. And Laurie is the Silk Spectre, who was his wife. And it's basically him picking up the button, and it kind of slowly zooming in on it, and like the blood that was on the button originally getting ripped off it, and then it zooms in on the red, and then as it starts zooming back out, it's Superman's chest logo. And then you flip the page over, and it says Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
DC Universe Doomsday Clock, written by Jeff Johns. Which comes out in November. Which I think will be the final act.
Most likely.
Yeah. Jeff Johns has been very clear too. This is just a main story. There's not tie-ins, there's not like one shots to satisfy fan service. There's one story they want to tell, and they will be telling it in a one arc.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
What do you think's like?
But we're going to see Justice League versus Watchmen. It's going to be tight.
What happens when that's done, though? Where do they go from there? With Rebirth?
I'm hoping that everyone gets their memories back.
Hopefully.
And they start building...
Will they kill the Watchmen?
No. That's an interesting question. I feel like Jeff Johns is writing it, and he is up there with Tom King for me, as far as comic book writers.
Me too. I feel like...
He's definitely got something cooking.
I feel like Manhattan's just unkillable, though. I feel like you can't kill Manhattan.
The only person I can see...
killing Superman.
The only person I can see... Well, they've killed Superman.
But he comes back to life, though.
The only person I can see killing Manhattan is someone like the Phantom Stranger or the Spectre. Like another cosmic entity, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, we're forgetting that like Darkseid is still around there, being raised by his daughter as a baby.
That's true. He was in an issue of something not that long ago.
Yeah, DC Universe Rebirth. I think he was in before we reread it before we did the first episode of the Bubble.
Yeah.
So Darkseid's still floating around out there. Lex Luthor is still Lord of Apocalypse, so that's definitely going to cause some issues down the road. They've definitely laid the groundwork for tons of stuff. You got the War on Jokes and Riddles coming up with issue 25.
Maybe after November we'll finally hear about this Joker shit.
Well, the War of Jokes and Riddles is like in 4 weeks.
But we don't know that that's going to touch on the 3.
There's rumors that it will have deep impacts on present day and possibly touch on the 3 Jokers.
Okay.
I mean, you don't do a Joker central arc, well, semi-central, without touching on that issue.
Yeah.
War of Jokes and Riddles is a Batman arc, an 8-piece epic that'll be starting in issue 25, and it'll go in 25, 26, and then 27, 28 will be a break, and then 29, 30 is so on and so forth. It's going to be going like that. And it's about the year after Zero Year, which was a Fantastic New 52 arc, a year or two after Zero Year, and it's going to be about the untold story of the Joker and the Riddler battling for dominance.
Yeah.
And apparently, the in-between issues will feature characters like Kite Man, which is really cool, because he was in this week's issue of Batman also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't read this week's issue.
It's pretty good. It's Batman and Swamp Thing teaming up.
Yeah,
It's
really cool.
It's pretty emotional. And so, War on Jokes and Riddles apparently is going to have some deep ties.
Hopefully.
Plus, we're forgetting Batman Dark Days and Batman Metal all coming up.
That's true.
Man, that dope picture for the Justice League for Batman Metal.
Yeah.
They're all in like metal gladiator outfits and like
It's pretty
in an arena ready to fight. Ooh, Wonder Woman looks top. She looks in her element in that photo.
She does, yeah, for sure.
She looks really good.
Yeah, she does.
So we have that whole thing, and that's like massive. It's definitely gonna have implications across the whole universe.
I think so too.
Justice League is building to something.
I haven't read the last one.
They're building to something. They keep indicating that something's coming.
Yeah.
Like something big is coming. And I don't know if it's a Watchmen indication or if it's a something else indication.
So is Batman? Do we like Robin made that comment? Not that like in one of the first
Detective Comics?
Yeah, where he's
Detective Comics
something.
950, the anniversary edition.
Yeah. Is Watchmen what he's building for?
I don't
or does he
know.
even know what he's building
So
for?
in the
Or
back
is it Dark Days or
it's got to be Dark Days, because in the back pages of Detective Comics number 950, Robin tells Batman like, all right, what's going on? Like, you got Dick placed over here, you got Red Hood placed over here, you got me in the Belfry, you're building this team, you're on the Justice League. Soon enough, you're going to have your own Justice League. Wink, wink to the Justice League of America.
Yeah.
What are you building for? Like, what are you preparing for? And then it said, what? Look out, Dark Days are coming, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's
yeah.
definitely something to do with Dark Days, which is coming out. It's like Batman Metal, Dark Days Metal, I think Forge, and something else.
Okay.
So Batman's got a lot of big stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Like, big stuff.
It's true. Hopefully it'll be good. It's been really good so far.
I trust Tom King.
Me too.
Tom King has been.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah. So if you haven't read Batman the Button, definitely read it. Quickly, how do you think they're going to wrap up the Watchmen stuff? Like, are they going to merge like some of them with their universe, or like?
I honestly have no idea. I feel like
I don't know enough about the Watchmen to properly theorize.
I feel like all the Watchmen are in the DC universe, right? Like
In
the
a way
Rebirth
already?
universe. Yeah, or like most of them. And I feel like Dr. Manhattan has the power to merge universes.
I mean, you also got whatever Mr. Oz is cooking up there too, with
Stealing
keeping
people.
Doomsday and Red. I was really expecting Red Robin to come back in this issue.
He was on the cover.
Because Red Robin's pictures on the cover, like old-fashioned comics, to be like, here's in the issue.
I noticed that too. I thought
Here's
it was
who's
weird.
in the issue, and it's got like Batman, Flash, Reverse Flash, and Red Robin.
Yeah. Thought that was weird too.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, what do they hint? I immediately jumped to conclusions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're obviously working together, the two of them, Manhattan and Oz, to capture people and try to like steer the timeline into a certain direction and
Yeah, I'm interested
play
to
with
see.
it.
I'm interested to see how it works out.
Yeah.
Doomsday Clock will definitely be a big Justice League versus Watchmen. I hope we get a Superman Dr. Manhattan team up or like fight.
We probably will.
We probably will. I don't know. I mean, Dr. Manhattan should just dominate everyone.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, they're dead. Like, that's the problem. He's the ultimate trump card.
Yeah.
I'm not getting political. It's just a phrase.
Yeah.
I don't know how to compete with that.
I don't know how they can.
I'm excited to find out more about it. And I'm very excited for Dark Days Metal.
I'm excited to see how it plays out.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Secret Empire.
Yeah, the first 2 issues.
Right, but first, let's take our brief little break here. We'll reset the recording.
And we'll be back in a sec.
And we're back. All right, so Secret Empire.
Yeah. So I just read these 2 issues real quick before we did the episode because
you haven't read any of the current Captain America Steve Rogers run?
No, I haven't read
I told you to read it.
I've read like the first 10 issues probably. I haven't read anything recent.
So for those of you who don't know, Captain America is Hydra right now. He was converted to Hydra because he used to be an old man because the super soldier serum got out of his blood. So he was an old man, but then a sentient cosmic cube who is sentient in the form of a little girl named Kobik made him young again. But Kobik had been brought up to being taught that Hydra was the good guy. So when she remade Steve Rogers, she made him good. And in her mind, that means Hydra. So she rewrote his entire history, and thereby also rewriting all of Hydra's history.
Yeah.
So he's Hydra. He's always been Hydra. He's been a double agent this whole time. His best friend is Baron Zemo. And he's reformed the High Council of Hydra. And now he's taken over the world. Or at least the United States of America. Which, to most comic books, is the world.
Yeah.
In Marvel, you have the U.S., you have Canada, you have Mandrapore, and Doom's place. What's Doom's world? Latveria. That basically Sokovia.
Yeah.
That basically sums up the Marvel universe.
Pretty much Marvel. Right?
And then your cosmic
and Wakanda.
And then your cosmic places.
Yeah.
Asgardia. All those
space in general.
Jotunheim, all those other Norse god places I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the realms.
All the realms, yeah. So, issue 1.
It's very George Orwell's 1984.
Yeah, but if you take, it's like a prequel because it's during the war.
Yeah. So like, if you ever, I don't know.
Once again,
have you read it?
Yeah, I've read it a while ago, probably like grade 10.
Yeah, I just read it like a few months ago for the first time.
You read?
I read it at work.
Oh, that's valid.
Yeah. So it was a really good book. Actually, I really liked it.
It is a really good book.
Like it's got the same kind of like themes to it. Like they've changed the history. There's these certain things that you're
for those of you
taught
who don't know, George Orwell's 1984 is basically a stance on Big Brother and being against it.
Yeah.
And it was way ahead of its time as far as Big Brother.
Yeah.
Like way ahead of its time.
Yeah, like probably one of the first books.
Yeah, that really focused on the idea of government surveilling and monitoring every move you make and everything you do.
Yeah. And that's really what it comes down to is what this is about. And it's not bad that it's like that. I think it's good. It's a good
basically Captain America and his High Council taking over the world. They've let the dark dimension, Darkscape, into New York. So that rules New York. So everyone in New York's trapped there. There's a band of resistance heroes in Las Vegas.
Which are pretty much,
for some reason,
the Champions and Black Widow, Hawkeye.
A drunk AI of Tony Stark.
And some other Avengers.
Giant Man's there, Ant-Man's there, Hercules.
Is he called Black Ant now? It said that in one of the...
Black Ant's a different character, I thought.
Maybe.
I don't know. And not Ant-Man being Giant Man, legitimate Giant
There's
Man.
a Giant Man, there's Scott
Lang,
he's Ant-Man.
and then there's Hank Pym, who's dead.
Yeah, Hank's...
Uncanny Avengers, he died because he was merged with Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's dead and gone.
And then there's Black Ant.
And then there is Hydra's Avengers.
Yeah.
Which features like Deadpool and a bunch of people.
It's really weird.
It's a really weird mix.
It's like Scarlet Witch and Vision and it has some
and
actual
then,
heroes on it.
Superior Octopus is on it.
And Taskmaster.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's weird.
Why are there heroes on it?
I don't know. Like Deadpool, the comics have kind of been leading up to Captain America asking him to join it.
It's weird that they would side with Hydra.
I mean, Deadpool's not a hero.
It's weird that Vision and Scarlet Witch would side with Hydra.
Yeah, and Quicksilver makes a point of saying that in issue 2. He's like, if this is the way to get my sister back, then...
Yeah.
So basically, issue 1 focuses heavily on Captain America, and him having dinner with Sharon Carter, and her being like, you're not Captain America, you're an LM... And everyone's like, they're like, weird. He's not an LMD, like Model Decoy. We checked. He's not a Skrull. We checked, which are body snatchers, essentially.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're like, he's Cap. Like, he's been Hydra. He's fooled us all.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the heroes are trapped outside the Earth because they have an entire planetary shield up.
Yeah.
And they're stuck fending off a Chitauri onslaught.
The Guardians and Captain Marvel and...
Yeah, the Guardians and the Ultimates, basically.
Yeah.
Which is Captain Marvel, Blue Marvel...
Black
Panther, someone else, a few other people, cosmic entities and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting comic. More
It's
or less.
okay.
It's okay. And it's weird because they did the Ultimates and then they ended that one and then they started up the Ultimates 2, which is literally the identical comic, except instead of Captain Marvel leading it, American Chavez leads it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That they would
it is
change
weird.
it.
It's very weird. Yeah, and so basically you have all these factions. They're all fighting. And Captain America is... his council sees him as losing control because he has Rick Jones in jail. And he's still alive. And Sharon Carter's one request is, don't kill him. To prove to me there's some part of the man I knew, don't kill Rick Jones. And Rick Jones has got a secret USB stick out to the Resistance in Las Vegas. And Tony Stark's...
Rick's also one of Cap's like closest
friends too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of the original people who worked with him when he first came
Yeah.
to in the present day. Bucky Barnes has been killed. He's dead. Kobik is on the loose with Eric Selvig. And there's a lot going on. So basically, the first issue comes down to his team, except for like Baron Zemo, who's somehow Captain America's best friend, and the woman who recruited him into Hydra, which is the new Madam Hydra, which has like futuristic seeing abilities or something like that.
Well.
Yeah, boy. They're basically the rest of the council is calling him weak, and he's like, "Well, guess what? This is what we need to do." And so, in one swift move, he executes Rick Jones and blows up Las Vegas using Hydra helicarriers.
Yeah.
It just slaughters everyone.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, not as interesting as issue 2 ends.
Yeah.
So issue 2 goes on. They finally read the USB stick, and it says it explains the whole thing, how he was changed by Kobik, and if they can find Kobik and Selvig, they can change everything back.
Yeah.
So now there's a group: Hercules, Hawkeye, Quicksilver, Ant-Man.
There's a chick there, but I didn't know who she was.
It's Mockingbird.
Oh, okay.
It's Mockingbird. They're all off on a quest to find Kobik. And basically the Champions and Black Widow are all on a quest to slaughter Captain America.
Yeah, because Spider-Man followed Black Widow out, and he's like
very un-Spider-Man-like.
In Civil War 2, this is Miles Spider-Man, by the way, not Peter.
Yeah, because
I don't even know where Peter is.
Peter wouldn't be a moron. He's probably trapped in New York, frankly. They didn't show him, but
no. He goes with Black Widow and is like, I killed Cap in Ulysses' vision.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm supposed to kill him in real life. And
yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, if we want to go with that.
I guess. Yeah.
Just give me I enjoy Secret Empire. There's just a few things I'm like, It's the best thing.
It's pretty good.
It's better than Civil War 2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I could see it actually translating into movies pretty well. Into a movie.
Yeah, I can
pretty
too.
Well. Later down the road in the MCU.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I see it leading into Legacy very well and Generations, which is their next big reboot where old heroes team up with young heroes.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Kobik is going to play a part in bringing back a lot of those people.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Makes sense.
There's no other way to do it.
No.
Anyway, so they all break off in their separate teams, and then the biggest shocker of them all, this random woman is being chased. Oh, Cloak and Dagger in New York too.
Yeah.
And
Dagger is lighting
the entire city because with the darkness becomes the magical creatures that infest the dark. The Darkscape is the dark dimension. from Doctor Strange movie. Is the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
Except minus Dormammu.
Yeah.
And so you got heroes like the Defenders there. I'm
You
pretty sure.
much have the Defenders, Cloak and Dagger.
Pretty sure
and
Doctor Strange has to be floating around somewhere.
He's in the actual Dark Dimension.
Yeah, he's fighting
Trying to
them off.
fight it
yeah.
off.
Yeah. I think Daredevil's floating around somewhere too. Kingpin is
Kingpin's there.
trying to rule the city even in a time like this.
And there's like these zombie vampire, like the things from I Am Legend. That's what they.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's a good
That's
call.
exactly what they.
It's a good call. It's a good one. And once again, Danny Rand can't use his chi because he's so useless. Like just. He's just a dude with kung fu if he doesn't have his chi, and I don't care about a dude with kung fu if he doesn't have the Iron Fist. It's what it boils down to. Yet the only way apparently the comics find to make him interesting is, well, take his chi away. Well, seems like a good call. We did it in the show basically, and it was fun there. It was not fun there. Don't do it.
It was not
It was
fun.
garbage.
I didn't like it.
It was trash, just complete trash. So that'll happen.
Yeah.
And then the issue ends. There's this random chick running through the forest, and she's like pure white dress and everything. And it was very
And there's these like weird old villains chasing her, like Cottonmouth.
yeah, a lot of weird like D-listers.
Yeah.
And she's very symbolic of like goodness and pureness and everything like that. Like just like the classic symbolism for that in like a film or a movie or something is a girl wearing a white dress.
I mean, I guess the people chasing her were the serpents, like the. What are they called?
The Brotherhood of Serpents, whatever they are.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, I guess.
Oh, and they also, side note here, Black Widow, no, not Black Widow's team, Hercules' team went to Captain America's Sam Wilson to get smuggled out of country, and he's just chilling in a bar for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess he laid down his shield in his comic. I hate his comic, so I don't read it. There are comics, believe it or not, Brandon, there are comics that I don't like that I don't read.
I know, but there's some that you don't like that you do read out of whatever possesses you to do that.
Champions, Cyborg.
Is the new Falcon a part of Champions now? Because
No.
he's been in Secret
He hasn't,
Empire with...
no, he hasn't. The one that's a literal Falcon?
Yeah. I actually kind of like him.
No.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been.
Because looks like he's on their team right now.
They did
Secret Empire.
make Viv a lesbian in Champions.
That seems weird.
Not sure. I mean, Vision has emotions,
sexuality,
but Viv doesn't have emotions yet. Unless I missed something while reading it,
maybe.
it's possible. I kind of glaze over it. But basically, like her and Amadeus Cho all kissed. And then he was like, "Yo, where's this going?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm not really into dudes." Like, basically, is how that came
Why
out.
did she kiss him?
Because she didn't know until she kissed him.
And then she's like, "Yeah, no, not for me." Maybe she just didn't like him.
Basically, no. The way it was written definitely came off as I'm not into dudes.
Oh.
Unless I'm just reading into it too far, because Champions is literally everything that is left wing is Champions.
Mm.
It's very political.
I
I'm not a fan. I read it though.
Why don't read it, dude?
It's like Cyborg.
Why do you even? What is the point?
Because I need a rounded perspective. Okay. I need a rounded perspective of the.
Why?
Because rounded perspectives are helpful when trying to maintain two comic universes.
So you have to read all the bad and the good.
God, it's trash.
The best and the worst.
I mean, luckily with DC, it's like one comic.
Yeah.
With Marvel right now, it's
Marvel has a lot of interesting looking comics coming out in recent
way too many though.
new months.
Still
It's true.
Way too many.
Way too many.
There's
but
like 10 Spider-Man comics coming out, and like another like 7 Deadpool comics coming out.
yeah,
It's far too many.
yeah, it's too many to keep track.
Far too many. It's just I can't.
Yeah, I can't either.
Oh, and Scarlet Spider was not. Ben Reilly was not a good first issue. He's a rip-off Deadpool
Yeah,
with
Which
a
is
garbage costume,
stupid.
trash costume. Yeah. Oh, am I boring you?
It's late at night, man.
It is late at night. It's like 25 after 1.
Yeah,
I got off work at midnight, so we had to record this late.
yeah.
Secret Empire, interested to see it. Oh, then, anyways, girls running through the forest. All of a sudden, you know, the guys get stopped, and then standing there is Steve Rogers. Not Captain America Hydra, Captain Hydra. Just Steve Rogers.
Old man Steve Rogers.
He wasn't old. He had a beard.
He was still white haired.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. He was not.
He was old.
You wait here. I'm grabbing the comic.
He was old man not old man Logan. He was old man Steve. I swear it on my mother's life.
I grabbed the comic.
Very nice covers.
I think it's just a faded coloring.
It might be.
Because I
He
don't
looks
think
pretty old though.
he was old. No, it's just the faded coloring.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Old man Steve was not that jacked. You probably can't see this that well, but it's just Steve with a beard who's been living in the woods.
I guess. Why is he in what?
How is he there?
Why?
My
Is
theory.
this another Steve?
My theory and Tony's theory. Tony was on our episode a while ago about Marvel Rebirth, and he runs our website. My theory and Tony's theory, because we were texting about this, is that the Cosmic Cube split Steve into two parts: Captain America,
Real Steve
and Captain Hydra.
Yeah.
That's our only theory.
Yeah, it makes sense. But why is
He should be old. Also,
What? Yeah.
he's not old.
We don't even know where this is either. Like, this is just some random.
There was no indication of where it was. I don't think so.
They're just. It's like in the woods randomly. It could be in another
Universe.
universe.
Flip through here. Yeah, see, very classic symbolism of like, just this innocence and whatnot.
Yeah.
Being chased by those serpents. Maybe a little Adam and Eve thing going on there. Serpent kind of tame the innocence. Yeah, there's no indication
It
of.
could be like not even in that world.
There's nothing. It could. But as far as we know, there are no other parallel universes right now.
Oh, because of
Due to Secret Wars.
Yes.
Yeah. It was all kind of clumped into one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's the best guess. Kobik to Cosmic Cube, split them into two people.
Yeah.
Alright, you want to do news?
Yes.
That finishes up. We'll do news now.
Yeah. First on the nerd news list is the Mr. Miracle comic that DC announced with writer Tom King, our
Ooh.
favorite writer.
12 issues of Mr. Miracle. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Miracle is a guy who was a slave on Apocalypse and escaped with the help of one of Granny Goodness's Furies, Big Barda, and they became married, and they're a lovely couple, and they're fantastic.
He was big during Darkseid Wars.
He was, because he knew how to get in and out of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
He's
a cool
a
character.
master escape artist, can escape anything.
He's a really cool.
He is. He's a very Red Tornado type deal, like Vision-esque looking. He looks like a Synthoid, but it's all a costume.
Yeah. Next on the list is X-Men Gifted trailer was released. The full trailer. It looked pretty good. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'll wait to watch it.
Oh yeah, we already
It
talked
looks
about
okay.
Doomsday Clock. Yeah. Gifted trailer. Polaris looked cool.
Yeah.
Blink looked cool. It all looked good.
Hopefully it's good.
It looked like they put some good money and a good budget into it.
Yeah. Fox actually putting some effort into something. That's surprising.
Putting some effort into X-Men.
Yeah.
Even more surprising.
Yeah.
Actually, after Legion, I'm not as surprised.
After Deadpool and Legion.
And Logan.
Yeah.
You heard they're doing a black and white edition, right?
Yeah. It's pretty stoked.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Something I'm very excited about. A Lego
Me too.
Marvel Superheroes 2 officially announced, which I'm
Pretty stoked about it.
I'm a 10-year-old child. I love Lego games. Love them. I played them pretty much 90% of Lego games I've played. Except maybe Jurassic Park, Lego Indiana Jones 2, and maybe a few other random ones like Lego Dimensions. And the just generic Lego ones.
Yeah.
But I played Lord of the Rings, I played The Hobbit, I played the original Star Wars, and then when they came out with the original one, I played Star Wars Episodes 1, 2, and 3, which was their own PC game, and then I played 4, 5, and 6, which was their own PC game, and now I own the complete saga for Xbox, and I've also owned Episode 7, and then all the Marvel ones, all of them.
Yeah.
Just all of them. I played them. I love them.
They're pretty awesome.
Very great. You can just sit down and play them for a while.
Yeah. Power Rangers star joined the Aquaman cast.
Yeah. He
The
joined.
Black Ranger.
Yeah, he
I've
joined
heard his
as one of, what's his name? Merc, the head of basically the royal family's guard.
Okay. That's interesting. He's a really young guy.
I'm into it.
think
I'm
that
okay with
would
it.
be cool.
There'll be quite a bit of prosthetic makeup on him.
Yeah,
Merc's
it's
pretty
true.
messed up.
This one is freaking huge, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty jacked up for it.
The Netflix announced a Witcher series that is coming.
Brandon's been playing The Witcher like a fiend recently.
I finished it today.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I finished it.
Did you get a good ending? Did Ciri come and visit you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't. Is there another ending you can get?
Maybe not the Ciri, but how it turns out with the Queen and everything. There's different endings.
Oh, okay.
How did you turn out with the Queen?
Good. She
Like-
gave me all my monies and stuff.
Did her sister not go on trial or anything like
No.
that?
Well, they hugged and made up at the end.
Oh boy, man! First time I played that, very different ending.
No.
Sister died, the Queen died. It was a whole thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, bud, yeah, you can get a dark ending.
Oh. Did Siri still come to see you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. That was emotional.
Oh, that was emotional.
So what's your Netflix show?
Yeah. I'm
Which
so
the original writer of the books, whose name I will not try to pronounce because it's Polish and I will butcher it.
Yeah.
It's Andre something.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be deeply a part of them, and will probably actually get some money off this. You know, he doesn't get any money from the games.
I didn't know that. That's
blows,
crazy.
blows my tits off.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm so like.
We have no information on it. Could be a.
They've just announced that they've started production.
It's funny because everyone's instantly
like
any
pre-production.
kind of medieval fantasy show, or like any show that's gonna pit like people against each other in like a politically action driven. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's Game of Thrones. Next Game of Thrones."
Yeah.
So people are immediately like, "Oh, it's Netflix's Game of Thrones," and I'm like, "It's
not
nothing like Game of
anything
Thrones
like that. No.
Like I can get the comparison with the Inhumans, but not this.
No, it's not. It's not going to be like Game of Thrones at all.
No, I mean it'll be in the action sequences. It'll be Game of Thrones. Great.
Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
Yeah,
It's
fantastic.
and it's medieval times.
No, it's not even really medieval
No,
times.
it's like fake.
It's
It's like monsters and
oh, I'm excited because Netflix puts good money into their shows.
it's going to be a lot of animation unless they use like
It's gonna be crazy however they do it. Can I just sing a fiend? Ah! I wonder who they'll get to play. I wonder who they'll get to play Geralt.
I've heard Mads Mikkelsen get thrown around.
Oh, I can see it.
I can see it too. He'd be really good. Or the guy from Game of Thrones.
Oh, who
Prince
plays
Charming.
Jaime Lannister?
Yeah.
I could see that too.
I don't know why I think of him as Prince Charming.
Well, a lot of people think it's valid.
Yeah.
Star Trek Discovery got its first trailer.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it. I'm okay with Star Trek. I enjoy it. I mean, I'm not a Trekkie by any means. I'm a Star Wars person.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll appreciate the genre. I'll appreciate what comes with it.
It's a prequel.
I appreciate the history Star Trek has.
Yeah.
The show doesn't make sense,
The show's a prequel to the original series.
and it's way more technologically advanced.
I don't
To
know.
me, it
I don't know
already comes
anything
off
about
like the
Star Trek.
Taken TV show, which is a prequel to the movies, but takes place in 2017, even though the movies take place in like 2012.
Yeah, that's
So
ridiculous.
it got renewed. So
Taken.
yeah.
There's so much stuff on. I always forget how much shows are actually on TV.
You know what show I've watched a couple episodes on? It's not half bad. MacGyver
I haven't.
with Havoc.
Yeah.
Not that bad. I enjoy
No,
MacGyver. Oh, damn. Mara. We got our first look from James Wan and a secondary look from Amber Heard herself for Mara from Aquaman. Woo! Damn. She looks perfect.
She looks amazing.
exactly like Mara. Her costume has color.
This is from the Aquaman.
Movie.
Yeah, this is from their set. The
Yeah.
Aquaman movie set.
Her-
This isn't from Justice
Her
League.
costume has color, unlike Justice League for some reason.
For some reason, it's different from the Justice League costume.
But damn.
Like, it's perfect.
And she looks fantastic. And I'm not going to avoid it. She looks incredible.
Yeah,
She looks amazing.
she does.
Mace Windu getting his own comic. 5-shot miniseries coming out about his battles during the Clone Wars. That'll be cool. I'll read it.
Yeah,
I'm happy it's only a
Interesting.
5-shot, not an ongoing.
yeah, me too.
But yeah, I'll read it. I'm interested. I'm always interested in more Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, me too. I think it'd be good.
And then the final thing. Black Lightning trailer.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, and it doesn't do anything for me. I don't think it'll be good.
I think it'll be good. It would do more for me if it was
It's not
connected to the
connected.
Arrowverse.
Yeah. That's such a stupid
Like,
thing.
why?
They're gonna do that with the Teen Titans show, I bet too.
Well, the Teen Titans. No, I never expected the Titan show to be connected.
Yeah.
Especially since it's going on DC's own streaming site.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's on the CW, it's a superhero show, it's a DC superhero show, and it's not connected makes no sense to me whatsoever.
If you're gonna have a TV universe and a movie universe, everything that's on TV needs to be connected, and everything that's in the movies needs to be connected.
That's on the same network.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't bother trying to connect Gotham and all this jazz.
Yeah.
Like, forget that. But, like, it doesn't make sense because it's the same producers, it's filmed the exact same way, has the same like visual aesthetics to it.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Speaking of which, finale week is coming up this coming week, and it's going to be a killer one because people have died in the Flash. People are definitely going to die in Arrow coming up. Deathstroke's back in Arrow, which I'm in Captain Boomerang. I'm jacked up for that because I actually really like Deathstroke on Arrow. He was really good in season 2, really awesome. So I'm super excited to see Manu Bennett back as Deathstroke in the costume. I sent you that photo. That's a dope photo.
It's a pretty cool photo.
Pretty dope photo. So I'm excited for all that. But like, yeah, Black Lightning. Just, why aren't you connected? Plus, the whole idea of like an old superhero coming back out of business never done anything for me.
No, I don't like that.
No, especially since
Logan is the only thing that.
Especially since they show him as a young superhero in 2005, and he's killing it. He's like, lightning, bah.
Yeah, the only superhero that's ever done anything for me when they come back and they're old is Logan.
I don't know. To me, Black Lightning shouldn't be old and grizzled. He's always like
like a young.
Every time
kid.
I've ever seen him, he's always young and like very jokey.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Spider-Man.
I'll watch it. I'm a little disappointed it's not connected, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, I might not watch it.
You don't watch any of them.
No, so I probably won't watch it.
You won't watch it. I know for a fact. Superman's gonna be in Supergirl again this week, and they're gonna be fighting Supergirl and Superman because the Daxamites. Terry Hatcher's character is Queen Rhea of Daxam, which was a sister planet to Krypton.
Yeah.
And she's got him under control or something like that.
No.
Terry Hatcher, I think it's Hatcher, killing it in Supergirl.
Nice.
She is still attractive.
Nice.
Still attractive. Yeah, I think that sums it up for this week.
Yeah, I think that's it. We should probably wrap it up.
Beauty. Well, you all have a good night, and you join us next time for more Nerds with Words.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.